partners at the Palm Beach Post say Mario Brasino called police and told them Frazier pointed a gun at his brother. Troopers say when they got there, they found Jose Brinso over Frazier and Mario standing nearby with a gun in his waistband. Troopers took the two brothers into custody but later released them. FHP says it is still investigating this confrontation.
Well, the case against a Palm Beach County deputy accused of having child porn is expected to be in court today. Investigators claim they found more than 30 images and videos inside Adam Godby's home. Godby was arrested in June. He's on paid administrative leave. He's also still in police custody after not making bail.
Some women in West Palm Beach says there's a peeping Tom in their neighborhood, and they say he wants his victims to know he's watching.
Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap.
That is the noise a woman says shattered her feeling of safety. Jeanette Hickman says the first few times it happened, she thought it was nothing. But one night she heard the sound and saw someone walking away from her window. She called police and got a motion sensor camera. The day after the camera was installed, Hickman had proof.
I started yelling, I wasn't crazy. There is someone in our yard tapping on my window. And immediately called the police and had them come over. It was the most sickening and yet freeing thing.
Hickman says several of her neighbors in Northwood have asked her for that picture to see if it's the same person who's bothered them. She says police have not caught the man yet, but since she put up the lights and camera, he hasn't come back.
I'm Lucy Kafanov, and the fallout from Colorado's cheerleading controversy continues this morning with new disturbing videos showing more teenagers forced into painful positions. We'll bring you fresh interviews from the parents of one student and new details on the police investigation. Stay tuned for more coming up on Today.
Right now on News Channel 5.
Hurricane Harvey making its way towards Texas. Live pictures of a windy morning in Corpus Christi, Texas will tell you how people are getting prepared in the path of this storm.
Might want to fill your tank up on the way to work this morning. How the hurricane in Texas could affect the price you pay for gas here.
Speeding up work on the Lake Okeechobee Reservoir to keep our water safe. How Congressman Brian Mast is trying to prevent another algae crisis on our Treasure Coast.
All right, it is a Storm Team 5 weather alert day, and for good reason. A lot of rain expected today, actually.
That's right. We want to get a check-in with Storm Team 5 meteorologist Glenn Glazer. Good morning.
Good morning, and it's going to come in waves of rainfall. So there will be times when there's not much rainfall around, and then times when there is a lot of rainfall pushing through the area. It's because of this tropical wave that continues to linger off the west coast of Florida, but will actually move over to the east coast of Florida today and tomorrow. There's Hurricane Harvey. We're going to talk a lot about that this morning as well. Meteorologist Felicia Combs will be here shortly with the latest on the track for Harvey and its intensity, too. Here's a quick look at that tropical wave, though. And actually, the low pressure is kind of developing right in this area here. So there's a low developing here. There's a lot of moisture coming up out of the southwest into South Florida. Right now, most of it is still west of our viewing area. So we've called the weather alert day for these waves of showers. We're not really expecting a lot in the way of severe weather. It will just be these pockets of heavy rainfall that may cause you to have to alter your plans on and off throughout the day. And that's why we are alerting you. We're alerting you to the fact that there's going to be some waves of heavy rain around. That's why it's a weather alert day. Here's a quick look at some of the showers moving through Indiantown with a little bit of rainfall. Stewart with a tiny bit of shower activity. Jupiter's had a shower or two. This is some heavier rainfall moving up from Broward County. Should be in Boynton Beach within the next 8 or 9 minutes or so. Green Acres around 6:15 this morning. So if you're getting ready to leave your house in Boynton Beach, Green Acres, get ready because the heavier rainfall is headed your way over the next few minutes or so. Hour by hour, chance for rain increasing this morning. Temperatures will end up below average today because of the cloud cover and rainfall. So we'll talk about that, the latest on Harvey, and your weekend forecast is on the way.
So some of the roads are still dry, many of them, in fact, that may not stay the case for the morning commute, the duration of it, but we will watch it for you. Okeechobee Boulevard, Royal Palm Beach, we see a little bit of activity there. Yeah, the rain is around, and so we're going to watch these maps carefully. We'll see if the traffic flows change from green to yellow to red. Not seeing that just yet. We did have a crash earlier, I-95 northbound right around Hypoluxo, blocking a lane there. I do think it's back open. Fort Pierce looks good right here. I-95 near Indrio Road. No problems in the Treasure Coast. We'll leave you with this view, I-95 near Donald Ross.
Texas is getting ready for everything that Hurricane Harvey could bring with it, and these are live pictures this morning of Corpus Christi, Texas. A camera right in the path of where the storm's going to be coming. You can see a little bit of rain, windy morning there in Corpus Christi. Preparations underway on a lot of fronts of people getting ready for this storm. Take a look at this video just into our newsroom of 10 critically ill babies being flown away from Corpus Christi. These babies going to ride out the storm in North Texas. Right now, there are 30 counties in Texas that are in a state of emergency ahead of the storm that could bring with it winds even stronger than 120 miles per hour. And even though Hurricane Harvey, all this developing in the Gulf of Mexico, far from South Florida, but this is something, when you think of where it's hitting this part of the country, it could have an impact on your wallet. WPTV News Channel 5 Stephanie Susskind joining us right now. Good idea, Stephanie, probably to fill up the tank this morning.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Good morning. Well, oil and gas companies in the Gulf region had to prepare fast as Hurricane Harvey approaches Texas, and many of them already scaling back production. And for you, that means a possible rise in gas prices. Now, if Hurricane Harvey ends up making landfall as a Category 3 storm, experts say it could take up to 3 weeks for refineries to resume their normal operations. AAA expects that gas prices could jump 10 to 30 cents per gallon. Of course, the biggest impact will be in that Gulf region. Now, nationally today, the average price for a gallon of gas is $2.35. That is 1 penny up from yesterday. Here in the state of Florida, we're looking at about $2.30. Reporting live this morning, Stephanie Susskind, WPTV News Channel 5.
6:03 right now, and Florida executed its first inmate in more than 18 months. Mark Asay was pronounced dead at 6:22 last night. Asay was convicted in the 1980s of 2 murders. The state used an anesthetic never before used in a U.S. lethal injection.
This is the department's most solemn duty. The foremost objective of the lethal injection procedure is a humane and dignified process. The Department of Corrections follows the law to carry out the sentence of the court as laid out in Florida statute, which is what was done this evening.
So you're saying there were no complications at all?
That's correct. There were no complications.
Though approved by the Florida Supreme Court, the anesthetic has been criticized by some as being unproven in a humane execution.
Don't go anywhere. We're back in just 60 seconds with the South Florida city that just got the green light for red light cameras. And no, we're not talking about Boynton Beach.
Plus, what one local congressman is doing today to speed up the construction on the Lake Okeechobee Reservoir. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5. Good morning.
Stories. We all have them. The times of near defeat and moments we overcome. Our stories are different, but together, who we are make this home. Whether this is your hometown or your home now, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
Now's the time to make a splash during the summer clearance event at the all-new Napleton's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on North Lake. Buy a Chrysler 200, $179 down and $179 per month. Get a Jeep Cherokee, $199 down and $199 per month. Or buy a Ram 1500, $229 down and $229 per month. Only at Napleton's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on North Lake.
It's as simple as this. If you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much. Stop in and save only at Napleton and only on North Lake. Napleton, second to none since 1931.
On air, online, on your smartphone and tablet, your weather everywhere you are. Storm Team 5, South Florida's most trusted weather team on WPTV News Channel 5.
6 minutes after 6 happening today. We plan to get an update on plans to build a reservoir south of Lake Okeechobee, and the update's going to come after a meeting Congressman Brian Mast requested with the Army Corps of Engineers. WPTV News Channel 5's Andrew Ruiz live right now. And what is the urgency of this meeting, Andrew?
Well, we were told by the congressman that he requested the meeting once he learned that the Army Corps of Engineers said that they needed more time to look at plans. Well, this did not sit well with the congressman, who says that residents of the Treasure Coast have waited long enough. This summer, there was new legislation that was passed approving the construction of a reservoir south of Lake Okeechobee. The law set an August 1st deadline requiring the Corps and South Florida Water Management District to start working together. The Corps says that they need more time and Mass says he plans on discussing this with them. He is also asking for monthly updates from the Corps so long as they are involved in the project. This year, we have not experienced the crisis that was seen on the St. Lucie River in 2016, but it is possible that water from farmlands in Martin County may be diverted through that very canal that did cause the crisis. The Corps is also still considering whether discharges are necessary. That, of course, is dependent on whether rainfall continues to make the lake rise. We're live in the Treasure Coast. Andrew Ruiz for WPTV News Channel 5.
The opening ceremony in Burt Reynolds Park will be postponed because of a flood watch in effect for the area. The park planned to have a ribbon cutting for an area that had been closed for renovations. The ceremony will be rescheduled at a later date, but the park is now open for use by boaters. Let's get a check-in now with Storm Team 5 meteorologist Felicia Combs on the Storm Team 5 Weather Alert Day.
Thanks a lot, Ash. Starting out with the tropics, because as we know, it is busy. You see the two disturbances here. We have our tropical wave and Hurricane Harvey barreling toward the Texas coast. Our tropical wave, a medium chance of development once it moves across the state today, but regardless of development, dropping tons of rain on us. You see Harvey here. You see that defined eye wall. This is just a really massive storm barreling toward Texas. Winds right now at 105 miles per hour. That is a Category 2 hurricane, but it is forecast to become a Category 3 hurricane as it moves toward places like Corpus Christi. Storm surge is a big concern. Storm surge could be 6 to 12 feet, especially near and northeast of the landfall area. And then here's the big issue. Harvey kind of stalls out over the same area, and that means life-threatening flooding is possible for portions of Texas. We're talking 15 to 25 inches of rain, up to 35 inches for isolated places. So this is a very dangerous storm for that area. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that and also what you can expect here in our area today.
All right. Let's take a look at what is happening in our area today. A flood watch still in effect through Saturday morning for Palm Beach County for the potential for some heavy rainfall in spots. Today is a Storm Team 5 weather alert day, but not because we think there's a high risk for severe weather today. There could be a few strong thunderstorms in the mix. The biggest threat will be some temporary isolated flooding as we continue through the day and we get some waves of heavier rainfall on and off. We could see a little sunshine during these breaks today as well, but when the rain does come down, it could be very heavy in spots. Indiantown with some rainfall right now, just a little bit of a shower. We've got some heavy rainfall moving in on the west coast of Florida that'll be heading up toward our viewing area, and some rainfall western Boynton Beach, western Delray, and western Boca right now. We'll time out the rainfall for the rest of the day coming up.
Taking a look right now at your drive times. Palmetto Park Road on I-95 to Southern, 21 minutes. Delray to West Palm Beach will take you about 17.
Right now, 6:09. Let's take a look at the top trending stories on our WPTV Facebook page. A Florida woman wanted to see her late mother just one more time. How Google Earth helped her wish come true. And it's no secret, moms, you're always on the go, right? But the real reason moms are always so tired. And a major business merger will have you saving money at Whole Foods, while you might want to wait until Monday to do your grocery shopping. That and much more on our WPTV Facebook page.
Let's take a quick look at the latest closing numbers on Wall Street. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us.
Your last chance to get our best offers is right now. It's Greco's big model year-end sale. Get our lowest payments, prices, and financing of the year. Plus, get the Greco difference.
We'll save you thousands. We guarantee it.
Over 40 years taking on big insurance.
One of the largest personal injury law firms in Florida.
At Cersei Denny, no case is too complex.
And every client matters. Cersei Denny, ready to fight for you.
This week, during our model year-end clearance sale, find every new 17 Volkswagen at huge clearance savings. Lease Jetta, consumer rated better than Civic and Corolla. Now just $99 a month or $0 down. The roomier Passat, just $119 a month. Or the turbocharged Tiguan SUV, more powerful than CR-V and RAV4. Only $159 a month or $0 down. Buy new Volkswagens with 0% for 60 months. Plus, get $1,000 bonus cash during the model year-end clearance sale. This week at Volkswagen.
Anyone who's had a City Mattress experience knows they can trust us. You can trust that when we have a sale, nobody beats our prices, legendary service, and the biggest selection in the industry.
Come in now for the City Mattress Labor Day sale, where you'll save store-wide on mattresses, adjustable beds, and bedroom furniture.
We stand behind everything we sell. Always have, always will. Come in today and see for yourself, or check us out online and compare the values.
You deserve nothing less than the best. You deserve a Mercedes-Benz. Get the best for less than you'd expect at Mercedes-Benz of Delray. Right now, lease a new 2018 Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, $319 a month, or a new E300, $499 a month. Get the best for less than you'd expect at Mercedes-Benz of Delray, an AutoNation company. Visit MercedesFLA.com.
It's Capital Carpet and Tile's summer sale event. We have such a huge selection of window treatments and every type of flooring, all on sale. They're flying out the door.
And don't I know it?
All flooring and window treatment prices are drastically reduced, and you get 1-year interest-free financing. Everything is on sale at super summer prices. Hurry in to Capital Carpet and Tile Summer Sale Event. Great service, huge selection, and the best prices.
So why would you buy from anyone else?
Your last chance to get our best offers is right now. It's Greco Mazda's big model year-end sale. Save big on a new Mazda 6, $139 a month, or a new Mazda CX-5, $149 a month.
We'll save you thousands. We guarantee it.
Well, this morning, 8 people still missing after a mudslide in Switzerland that happened this week. Some powerful video coming into our newsroom this morning of exactly what this rock slide left behind. Take a look at this video here. This was a small town on the border of Italy and Switzerland, and you can just see the mess that was just left behind. All the victims of this are believed to be hikers or climbers. About 100 people were evacuated from this village, airlifting hikers from nearby huts who were trapped by the rocks and the mud. That just came with the mess you're looking at right here.
Today, the case against the man police say took pictures of women at a Walmart will be in court. Jupiter police arrested Chad Gorman in May. Several people say they saw him take pictures of women's skirts at the store. When police searched his phone, detectives say they found child pornography. Gorman pleaded not guilty to all charges. Palm Beach County arson detectives want to speak with these 5 people. Take a look here. They can be seen in this picture running from the church on the abandoned Glades Correctional Institute property. This was taken right before a fire was intentionally set there this month. The fire caused more than $25,000 worth of damage.
10 women facing charges after a prostitution sting in West Palm Beach. Police say they arrested them in the northern part of the city. 6 were arrested for prostitution in the same area just last month. 6:14 right now, the Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce executive director will keep her job. That's right, the chamber board meant to discuss Laurel Baker's comments, urging charities to, quote, have a conscience when considering events at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club. The comments came after President Trump's response to the violence in Charlottesville. Now, in the past several days, 23 charities pulled events from Mar-a-Lago and other venues.
Medical marijuana dispensaries could open in Fort Pierce because there's nothing in the development code that would prevent it. That's according to city manager Nick Mims, who spoke during a workshop on dispensaries yesterday. He says city staff would follow state law and treat dispensaries as they would pharmacies unless the city commission votes to ban those facilities.
There's another closing at City Place in West Palm Beach. City Tap House was open for about a year. Our news partners at the Palm Beach Post are reporting it was part of the Philadelphia-based chain of restaurants and was the first City Tap in Florida. It is, though, the latest restaurant to close in that location. It did replace Bruzy's.
Boynton Beach is not the only South Florida city getting ready to turn red light cameras back on. Today, cameras in Pembroke Pines will start ticketing drivers who run lights as well. A warning period started at the beginning of August, and now that's over. As for Boynton Beach, the cameras will go live 1 week from tomorrow. There will be a 2-week grace period where drivers will get a warning, but not a ticket. Glenn?
All right, thanks, Ashley. It is a Storm Team 5 weather alert day today, not because we think there's going to be a lot of severe weather around, but some of the rainfall that moves across our area today could be very heavy, and we could see some temporary localized flooding. It's going to happen in waves on and off throughout the day, with the possibility of little sunshine in between those waves of rainfall. We've also got Hurricane Harvey, which we've been talking about throughout the morning. We'll have more on the track of Harvey coming up in a few minutes. I want to show you this tropical wave that continues to linger around South Florida. Currently, it's along the west coast of Florida and an area of low pressure developing here. It's going to move across the state today and tomorrow and end up by Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, off the northeast coast of Florida, where it will continue to draw more moisture up out of the south, giving us higher chances for rain as we head into the weekend. Now, eventually it's going to move away up the Carolina coast by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and our rain chances will start to go down. So the biggest risk for us today will be some temporary flooding on and off as we get some waves of heavier rainfall. And as I mentioned, in between there could be some sunshine in the mix. Lightning, a moderate risk today, a few thunderstorms embedded in some of that shower activity. Low risk for tornadic activity. We did have a few funnel clouds reported yesterday around Okeechobee, western Indian River, western St. Lucie County. So we'll be on the lookout for that today. But here's a quick look at the rainfall that continues to surge up out of the southwest. There's a lot of it on the west coast of Florida. But so far, our area has been fairly quiet this morning. You see a little shower around Indiantown right now. We've got a little bit of rainfall south of Belle Glade. We have some rain that's moving from southwest to northeast up in western parts of Boynton Beach, Delray, western parts there. Atlantis Country Club, an area could get some showers in the next few minutes or so. There's a nice southwesterly flow here, so everything will move from southwest to northeast today. Now you see around 8:45. Still not much going on. A few showers here and there, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. And at times today, we'll get these waves of rainfall that push through the area like late morning, early afternoon. It'll happen again later in the afternoon and into the evening hours as well. So if you have evening plans on this Friday night, make sure you pay attention to the radar. 80% chance for rain today and tomorrow. Very similar forecast tomorrow. 70% Sunday, Monday as that tropical wave still lingers off the northeast coast of Florida. But as that wave moves away, look how those rain chances decrease by the middle of next week. Hour-by-hour forecast and more on Harvey coming up next half hour.
Let's take a wide view right now of the Belvedere curve. No major issues for those of you getting ready to head out this morning. So fingers crossed it stays that way. Drive times look great, but some of the roads are slick, so take it easy out there. Let's transition on over to traffic maps. Oh, there's I-95 Gateway Boulevard, kind of frozen, but you can kind of see, yeah, the flow of things. North, southbound, eastbound, westbound, we're looking good. We do have rain around, especially out west, Boca, Delray. We're watching those spots carefully. Drive times look good. Vero 20th Street to Midway Road. You could do that easily right now. In about 17 minutes, we'll leave you with this look right here. I-95 at the Crosstown Parkway.
6:19 right now, and coming up, rain didn't stop students from showing their American pride.
The picture making its way around social media this morning. And here's tonight's primetime lineup.
Behind every car crash, there's a story about a family that's hurting, often because someone decided to text while driving. If you've been injured by a distracted driver, call Kogan and DeSalvo now.
It's award season at your favorite Honda dealer. Honda President's Award. Honda Master Circle for being one of the nation's top volume Honda dealers. And most importantly, Dealer Rater and Honda's customer satisfaction. Find out why at Delray Honda.
During the Honda Summerbration sales event going on now. See how Delray does it with service, selection, and customer satisfaction. Once you shop Delray Honda, you'll never shop anywhere else.
It's all for you at Delray Honda, where we work every day to be your favorite Honda dealer.
There are stories of inspiration in every corner of this country. Stories of hope, compassion, and perseverance.
That's so cool.
These are the people who are inspiring America.
Every week on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
It was the crime that shocked the nation.
What these boys did is not the issue.
Emmy Award winner Edie Falco stars.
It's why they did it.
Law & Order True Crime, The Menendez Murders, Tuesdays this fall on NBC.
Adults are just kids with much, much better toys. The C-Class sedan, coupe, and cabriolet. The thrills keep getting better. Lease the C300 sedan for $399 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Kelly was a passenger in a vehicle that was in an accident. The insurance company only offered $1,000. We went to court on Kelly's behalf, and a jury awarded Kelly $469,000. Call Kogan and DeSalvo now. The call is free.
All right, here in the newsroom following some breaking news. We should have some live pictures coming in momentarily. If we have them on the grid, talking to the director there, live pictures of a Confederate monument that's being removed in Kansas City, Missouri. It was a monument that was already vandalized earlier this week. So the group that owned it, which was somewhat of a Confederate rights group, as you take a look here at these live pictures coming in, this Confederate rights group asked for the Kansas City City of Kansas City to actually remove that monument to some other place just because it had been a target of vandalism, as we've seen over the past couple of weeks with a lot of these monuments, either being removed by the city by choice or those responsible for the monuments asking for them to be removed. We'll bring you here live into the newsroom, and you can just take a picture of a tweet sent out by one of the reporters in Kansas City there as they have work underway right now to get rid of this Confederate monument.
Today, as I'm driving here, I'm still like, oh, this isn't true. This can't be. I've called them and told them I will not be coming back.
Yep, not going back to work. The winner of the record Powerball jackpot came forward to claim more than $750 million. Mavis Wunzik is far richer than she was yesterday, of course. She had the single winning ticket for last night's Powerball jackpot 2 nights ago, actually. She chose the lump sum option, about $330 million after taxes. She says she's already told her job, as you heard, that she won't be coming back to work. Would you do the same? Possibly.
It's a lot to absorb, right? Wow. 6:23 right now, and also trending this morning. It's been called the fight of the century, and it's just a day away. Tomorrow night, boxer Floyd Mayweather will come out of retirement to fight UFC champion Conor McGregor. The two will battle it out in the boxing ring, where Mayweather is undefeated 49 times in a row. Yeah, UFC and boxing fans want to see if McGregor, who's known for trash talking, can go toe-to-toe with that boxing champion.
It was an eventful day at Comerica Park in Detroit, not because of the baseball. Yeah, base brawl broke out during the Yankees and Tigers game. This got ugly quick, folks. Tigers star Miguel Cabrera and Yankees backup catcher Austin Romine got into a fight at home plate after a bad pitch, and there you go. That cleared the dugout for both teams. Both were ejected. Yep, you see everybody piling on there. They weren't the only ones. 5 other players thrown out of the game, including both managers. Wow.
Well, with everything that's been going on in the world, 2 elementary school students in Florida are showing a true American spirit. The safety patrol students stood in the rain to make sure the flag was correctly folded. The school's media specialist spotted the 2, took a picture, and it's now going viral on social media.
They were folding the flag reverently. They were reverent. And they were doing 13 folds. And, you know, our country is kind of in a little bit of turmoil. And it just struck. When they walked away, they held it, like, you know, cradled it to protect it. And it just was a moment that was meant to be, I think.
Both boys said they did what they knew was right. Holly?
If you are heading down to the 595 right now, no problems getting through. 18 minutes on I-95 from Boca to that point. Glades to Sample on the turnpike should take you around 15.
Hey, if you're headed out of town this week, and keep an eye on your flights. What to do if Hurricane Harvey disrupts your trip.
Plus, hungry kids headed back to class. Why parents of Port St. Lucie say their children don't have enough time to eat. You're watching WPTV News Channel 5. Good morning.
Did the test drive. You checked under the hood and you pushed all the buttons.
I'm old school. What's the bottom line?
Take up to $5,000 off any 2017 Rogue or get one for just $159 per month. You still want to kick the tire, don't you?
I'll take it.
West Palm Beach Nissan. We're closer than you think.
It's the AutoNation 72-hour flash clearance. Model year-end savings will be revealed every 72 hours. Right now, you can drive a brand new 2017 Chevy Malibu, only $189 a month. Hurry to AutoNation Chevy.
Hi, I'm John Adams. I've been a boat captain for 25 years. I love our Florida shoreline. Right now, this treasured waterway is threatened. The taxpayers of Palm Beach County paid $15 million to Sailfish Marina and Resort to protect the public's access to these waters. Now, Sailfish Marina wants to expand its north dock with total disregard for its neighbors, which could put boaters at risk and take away our public access. Tell Sailfish Marina no. Visit facebook.com/tellsailfishmarina no.
Now's the time to make a splash during the summer clearance event at the all-new Napleton's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on North Lake. Buy a Chrysler 200, $179 down and $179 per month. Get a Jeep Cherokee, $199 down and $199 per month. Or buy a Ram 1500, $229 down and $229 per month. Only at Napleton's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on North Lake.
It's as simple as this. If you buy anywhere else, you'll pay too much. Stop in and save only at Napleton and only on North Lake. Napleton, second to none since 1931.
How do you want to live? As a decent person? Good husband? Is that it? Good? Of course not. Parent of the year? Better. Making her heart skip a beat. Thump. Undeniable. Like a boss. Like a pro. We couldn't agree more. We are professional grade. For a limited time, get 20% below MSRP on almost every 2017 GMC Terrain model. That's nearly $8,000 below MSRP on this Terrain.
You've seen it rain in the front yard, but not in the back. Experience nature's best and worst. Whether you grew up in the sun or moved here for it, this is your home. WPTV News Channel 5.
We did the test drive. You checked under the hood and you pushed all the buttons.
I'm old school. What's the bottom line?
Take up to $5,000 off any 2017 Rogue or get one for just $159 per month. You still want to kick the tire, don't you?
I'll take it.
West Palm Beach Nissan. We're closer than you think.
Closed captioning is sponsored by Bethesda Health, one of America's 100 best hospitals for orthopedic surgery and cardiac care.
Right now on News Channel 5.
Right now, live pictures of Corpus Christi, Texas. You can see it's wet, it's windy. Hurricane Harvey is on its way. We'll show you how people are getting ready.
If you're planning to fly into some parts of Texas, you could be stranded at the airport. What you can do if your flight is set to take you into the storm's path.
Well, speaking of storms, folks, Storm Team 5 weather alert day today. Heavy rain on the way. Some of you feeling it already. You're looking at video of storms overnight on the west coast in Fort Myers.
Storm Team 5 meteorologist Glenn Glazer is staying on top of all of this and the tropical wave or that hurricane, what this might mean for us.
Well, the hurricane's not going to impact us in any way. It's going to stay over here in Texas, a devastating storm for Texas and Louisiana. It's the tropical wave that's really influencing our weather. It's been hanging around for days. We've called a weather alert day today, not because we think there's the high potential for severe weather, but because there is that possibility of some waves of heavy rainfall moving through our area. There also may be some breaks of sunshine in between those waves of rainfall. But you can see, as you just saw that video a moment ago, there's a lot of heavy rainfall on the west coast of Florida right now, and all that moisture is headed up over to the northeast toward our viewing area. So, weather alert day from now through 7 p.m. and Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel and Meteorologist James Whelan may shorten that or extend that weather alert day, depending on how things shape up for later on today. But waves of showers are possible, a few strong storms possible, mostly just pockets of heavy rainfall is what we are concerned about today, which would cause some poor visibility on the roadways and maybe some temporary localized flooding. Right now, we're kind of in this dry slot in between some heavy rainfall offshore to the east and some heavy rainfall to our west. So we've had a little bit of shower activity this morning, but it hasn't been too bad. Good news for the morning commute. Indiantown getting a little rain here. We are seeing some heavier rain along the turnpike now in Palm Beach County from Boca all the way up to western parts of Boynton Beach. And yes, there's a lot of rainfall over on the west coast of Florida that's trying to push across the state right now. Temperatures will be a little lower than average today with the extra cloud cover around, so we'll end up with highs in the 80s. We'll talk about that. And a close-up look at your weekend forecast is on the way.
Getting pretty busy out there. Let's start with this camera. And, well, actually, forget that. Let's see. My little maps are frozen here. Oh, my traffic maps must know it's Friday. Give me just a second. There we go. Trucking along right here. I-95 North Lake Boulevard. North and southbound flows up to speed. Upper 60s, mid-lower 70s. So really no complaints there. Other than that,